Retail Wrap 39, but stop before you skip there. I've got to say, about 50% of the people viewing are only subscribed. So what are the other 50% doing? You need to make sure that you subscribe. Without further ado, let's get straight into it. Retail Wrap 39. One of the reasons people shop at Aldi is their middle aisle specials. Their recent catalogue advertised their upcoming Christmas special buys, but Aldi had to tell their shoppers to stay away. Australia's Director of Customer Interactions, Adrian Christie, said, "Stay away if what you're after will not be in stock, but if you want the usual things like milk and bread, you'll be fine." Is it just me that doesn't make sense? Their advertised special buys are experiencing shipping delays due to the industrial action in Sydney and other container terminals. There's no doubt that container holdups are occurring all across the world. You can thank the pandemic for that. But this is still going to be an ongoing problem. It's pretty usual for Aldi to be up on the front foot, just letting people know that their specials aren't going to be in store. I think it's a great thing for Aldi to get on the front foot and do. But as a hardcore Aldi shopper, you might find this isn't unusual to not find products that aren't available if you're not the first 2 or 3 people in the store to get the products. But hey, at least they're telling everyone what's going on. Welcome to the party, Victoria. It's only taken you 46 years. The Victorian government has revealed their container deposit scheme is set to be rolled out in 2023. They are the last state to introduce the container deposit scheme, where you can get a 10-cent refund on most beverage containers returned to a recycling depot, large or small. South Australia was the first to introduce this scheme in 1977. And each year in South Australia, around 600 million drink containers are refunded for recycling, equaling over 40,000 tonnes of suspected waste to go and be recycled. Once again, South Australia on the front foot and leading the way. Victoria, it's taken you 46 years to realise that maybe a 10-cent refund is a good thing for your state. It's a bloody great thing for the state. So well done. Well done, Victoria, well done. You've handled the recycling of a 10-cent refund just as well as you did COVID-19. UK supermarket Sainsbury is to cut 3,500 jobs with the closure of 420 Argos outlets and all its meat, fish and deli counters. Sainsbury bought Argos in 2016, and of the 420 outlets closing, 120 have been closed since March. The restructure will save Sainsbury about £600 million by 2024. With the UK in their second lockdown, there has been a dramatic change in consumers' shopping habits and growth of its online shopping. Due to this, Sainsbury are looking to expand their online and digital operations. The change in shopping habits is why they are closing their deli, fresh fish and meat counters, with lower customer demand and desire to reduce food waste. Now, it's pretty interesting, isn't it, that they actually haven't lost the sales. The reality is they are packaging more goods for customers to buy. So we go from a situation where we're trying to get rid of all packaging to be better, and now there's no doubt the pandemic has just made people more paranoid and we are packaging more product. In fact, I would say it has increased dramatically. More importantly, I hope those people's jobs are reintroduced through the digital and online platforms. It'd be interesting to see how many of those 3,500 are or aren't. There has been increased tension between China and Australian exports. Australia's cotton, barley, beef and wine sectors have had issues getting their product to Chinese consumers this year. Now, it seems there may be difficulties with lobsters too. $2 million worth of Australian rock lobsters were left on the tarmac at Shanghai Airport. Tons of live lobsters were stranded while waiting to be inspected by customs officials. The delay meant some of the lobsters had to be destroyed, and it has been said that Chinese officials were discriminating against Australian products, which would be a breach of the international trade rules. This incident has not done anything to ease the trade tensions between the countries and potential trade penalties on more Australian industries. Nearly 1/3 of our farm exports are sold to China. We haven't been that reliant on one market since the 1950s when we were shipping to the UK. I guess what you want to know, is this going to mean we're going to have cheaper crayfish and wine at Christmas? Well, there's a chance that you might be. I don't think you'll be seeing too much of a discount on the lobster crayfish prices because they're already caught. But the reality is you're going to see some price difference going on. And I think the wine industry is going to be one of the biggest industries to be hit. There's no doubt about that. With the crayfish being held up at customs in Shanghai, that's definitely not what we want to see. And there's no doubt that maybe the Australian government's stance on finding out where the coronavirus came from Wuhan, has definitely caused some trade issues with our friends in China. So there you have it, Retail Wrap 39. And for those of you who have made it this far, I'm totally assuming that you've subscribed. But if you are one of those that haven't, please go ahead and subscribe to all of our forms of content. We put different stuff out on each platform. Thanks for watching. Bye. All right, go. Stay away if you're saying it. He said, stay away if what you're after will not be in stock. Stay away if what you're after will not be in stock. Is it just me that doesn't make sense? Welcome to the... It's a bloody great thing for the state. And that thing is so freaking loud. Counters closed. You can't super... You can't... Is that like the loudest thing on the planet? And another... Oops, that was my fault. Damn it. Damn it. That was good. That was good until that.